Happy Wednesday, everybody. Steve Brooks here with Wednesday's Inside Look by Brooks. And it is such a beautiful day here in Central and Bay Area, Florida. This is Chamber of Commerce weather, and I absolutely love it. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the new texting law. Actually, this law was passed and introduced into the rule books back in, I believe, mid 2019. But the initial plan was not to actually issue tickets, but just to issue warnings. So we had about a 4-month period where you could text and drive, and if a police officer saw you, he would stop you and just give you a warning. As of January 1st, now the law is in place and there's no more warnings. You're going to get a ticket. So here's how it works. The law is such that if you are texting and driving, it is now a primary offense. It used to be a secondary offense. And what I mean by that is under the old law, if you were texting and driving but doing nothing else wrong, the police officer could not stop you because it was a secondary offense. You had to have done something else, like run a red light. And then if he saw you were texting, he could stop you for running the red light and then issue a citation for both running the red light and for texting while driving. Under the new law, it is now a primary offense. So if a police officer, if he or she sees you texting while driving, he can stop you at that very moment and issue a citation. Now, your first offense, you're not going to get any points. Your second offense, I think the fine goes up from $30 to $60, and you're going to get 3 points. Now, it gets a little tricky in construction zones and school zones. In those two zones, because there's a lot of people out walking around and a lot more potential for great harm to be done if you're not paying attention to what you're doing, you cannot be using your phone at all unless you're on Bluetooth. So if you're talking on the phone in a school zone or construction zone, you've got to either put the phone down or switch to Bluetooth, or you're going to have a problem. So I personally believe this is a very good law. I do occasionally catch myself doing it, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm breaking the law. It's not a good thing. It's an old habit we all have to break. We have our phones with us all the time. We're always looking at them. And when you're driving, when you're in an 8,000-pound vehicle going 60 miles an hour, you can travel the distance of a football field in about 2 seconds. And think of that, 100 yards. That's a huge distance that anything can happen. A car could back out of a driveway. A kid could run out. A bicyclist could dart. So texting and driving, please be careful. Distracted driving is the new DUI. It is a big problem. A lot of horrendous things are happening to people, pedestrians. So we all got to be careful. And, I don't want to overstress it. It is a major thing. And it is going to be, the police departments and the sheriff's departments and the state troopers are going to be out there enforcing it. And they're not going to back down because we all realize that, how we all hate drunk drivers. Somebody that gets behind the wheel knowing they're impaired and they're not going to make good judgment. It's the same thing with a phone. When you're looking at a phone, texting, and you're not looking where you're driving, just like I said a minute ago, you can travel hundreds of feet in a matter of seconds, and that's when bad things happen. So it's really no different than driving under the influence because you're not paying attention. You don't even have the capacity to make judgment because you're looking at your phone and not the road. So enough preaching for me. I'm preaching to me too because I have to change my habits. So we made it through the holidays. Our office, we've got some people out sick. We had kind of a wave of sickness there for a while, but people are coming back, and so we're generally healthy now. I look forward to, I think we have an interview series coming up. Is it next week we have Meals on Wheels?
It's the 29th.
29th, okay. So I'll get a schedule, and I'll kind of go through the schedule next Wednesday. But we got some nice interviews coming up with different, from different areas of the communities in Central Florida and the Bay Area. So I'm looking forward to that. And everybody have a great rest of the day. It's absolutely gorgeous. Enjoy your weekend. And we got some playoff football this weekend I'm looking forward to. So thanks for joining me. And I will see you next Wednesday at 12:30. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, you can email me, steve@brookslawgroup.com. Always love to engage with my viewers and my clients and friends. So feel free to email me. Thanks for joining me.